Hi divas, welcome back. Happy Thursday. Today we're going to talk about the Artist Way workbook. I have it right here. I did this earlier this year. I knew I wanted to do a video on it at some point. Dochi did videos on the Artist Way, but she did it weekly and I kind of wanted to do one. I finished the course, and now that I have, because it's a 12-week course, that I would share my experience and my takeaways so that way you can decide if you wanted to do it yourself if you haven't done it yet or thinking about it. And for those who don't know, the Artist Way is a 12-week course that is a spiritual path to higher creativity. You have tasks, you have homework. It's a recovery program course thing specifically for your creativity, and you are encouraged to do this at any step in your life, at any age. There's no age limit on it. There's nothing you have to pay for beyond the book. Everything is very accessible. I find everything's about what you can do in your current situation, and it's more about the mindset shift than anything else. As an overview, I would say that this book definitely worked for me. I very much enjoyed The Artist's Way. It has helped me tremendously. The main thing that stuck with me, the ability to believe in myself and what I want, and giving me the courage to go after it. When you see people being successful and you're like, oh, I could do that, I could do this, I could do that if only I had the opportunity to do so. The reason why you're not doing it is because they had the audacity to try and you don't, because you're too afraid to try. And that's out with me because I've definitely had that mindset of like, oh, I would love to be a poet if only I had a publishing deal. And it's like, bitch, you have to write the fucking book first. You have to go and write your poetry. And then you got to send out Curie letters. Like, you have to do the work. You just have to be brave enough to try. And this book taught me that. And now I'm finished with my second draft of my book. Am I published yet? No. But did I write a book? Yes. Another lesson I took from this, there is a great creator. It looks different to everyone. This book talks about God, but I am not a religious person. If you are religious, whatever God or higher being that you have as your belief system works for that. If you're not religious like me, it's just kind of your faith in the universe and what you believe to be a creator of the universe. That's how I took it. It's that they will open the doors for you if you make it known and do the footwork. One of the quotes in this book was something about like you're shaking trees to get fruit and you're hoping to get like apples and it gives you oranges and you're like, that's not what I asked for, but I am getting fruit. As a metaphor for how the universe, your great creator, your God, whatever it is, will open doors for you as long as you're going out and trying, and that you should not be afraid to try. You need to believe in yourself. Go try things, and the universe will respond in kind and get you to where you need to be. And that was a huge, huge lesson for me and something that deeply impacted me this year. I started in April and I finished in July, I believe. And each chapter focuses on a different thing that you need to work on. 2 tasks that you always have to do per week, which you should continue after the course, which I have mostly. 1 is morning pages, which is 3 pages every day that you write in your journal. It can be about whatever comes to mind. It's actually better to just let it be a stream of consciousness versus it being like something you plan out for what you want to write. I have continued to do that to this day after finishing. It's become part of my daily routine. I've only skipped maybe 2 or 3 days in the entire time because I was like traveling or I was sick for reasons out of my control. And I love having that as a constant. And I'm on my 3rd or 4th notebook now that I've fully filled up notebooks specifically for my morning pages. Artist date, which is once per week. You set aside time, like 1 to 2 hours, where it's just you, yourself, no one else, and you do something that sparks your creativity. It could be seeing a movie, it could be going to the park and just like people watching, it could be taking an art class, it could be anything. I found that hard for me at first, harder than the morning pages, because I was like, there's not much I want to do that I could do like weekly. But once I realized that like it can literally be anything as long as I'm by myself and it's helping me tap into my creativity, now I've been able to be like, I can do that once per week. I can do something nice for myself that makes me want to be more creative. Those are the 2 things that come with this book that they get you in the habit of doing every week for these 12 weeks, and then they encourage you to do those 2 after, especially morning pages. I love my morning pages. I find that they are very therapeutic for me. It's my only outlet to be able to get across all that I'm feeling. It's like my own therapy, and there's no judgment because no one else is reading it. I get very paranoid that like people will read my writings, but it's been very helpful for me. Just write the damn thing, and I did, and I love it. And this book came to me at a really good time. Like I said, I started this in April. Towards the beginning of this course, there was an exercise to basically make a circle and to put inside the circle who do you feel safe with talking about your dreams and your goals with, and who is not safe to talk about that stuff. People who are called blockages. I think it was blockages. I call them blockages. They don't believe in that kind of stuff. They're very much like more a realist versus a dreamer. And the point of the book is to be a dreamer, to follow your creativity. So I did that exercise about which people in my social circles do I feel like I can comfortably share that with. I think literally 3 weeks after that, for the people that I had outside of my circle, I'm not friends with them any longer. It was kind of a more spiritual moment for me looking back on it, because I remember writing in my journal, my reflection on it was, if I don't trust certain people with my goals and dreams, if I put them outside of that circle and I'm like, not only be on the path with me to achieving my dreams, but also be there to celebrate my wins and I celebrate yours. If you're not that safe type of person, then I wrote about how I want to release any type of blockage, not just like specific people, but anything that's kind of standing in my way, especially with my own thought processes, whatever I'm holding on to emotionally that doesn't serve me. So when things were removed from my life, it was devastating. Because I was like, I wasn't ready to lose that, but I was like, in hindsight, I was thinking like, I actually asked for this. I actually said I was fine with it leaving if I know that they're not meant to be celebrating with me at the end. But yeah, this book taught me a lot of lessons. I continue to do my morning pages. This book also encourages you to go back and reread things, even restart the course if you feel like you need to. I think it's worth trying. If anyone is curious about wanting to do it, I recommend this completely. It's shifted the way I view myself and my dreams, and it has given me tools to help me continue to stay on the path rather than giving up. You know, when you're like delusional, and listen, I love being delusional, but you know when you can tell being delusional when you're like thinking about like your dream life and stuff, and you're like, oh, that's like too far-fetched, never gonna happen. This book tells you, no, your great creator, whoever God source you have, they're an abundant source. They are an endless resource. You do not have to settle. You do not have to only ask for a little bit of what you want. You do not have to make your desires smaller because you think you can only get a little bit of it. Dream as big and as abundant as you wish, and do what you can, and the universe will follow. It will open doorways for you that you may not understand at the time, but the universe is going to guide you to where you need to be. And putting my belief and trust in that, when it's hard to do that, especially if you're neurodivergent like I am, where you're kind of like, I need proof of things. Like, it's hard to believe in things you can't physically see, but I have been working on that, and I can sense a shift in myself, in my thought process. I feel so much lighter because I know it's safe to dream and believe in myself. I love the artist way. I think I want to do a check-in maybe next April. It'd be nice to see my progress because I feel like I've grown so much as a person. My birthday's soon, in less than a month. I both love and hate my birthday. I love it because I love having a day about me. That's my Leo Venus. I also hate it because I feel like I have not accomplished anything in my entire life, and it's another year older and I have nothing to show for it, and I feel like this book has given me a lot more comfort in that. So yeah, that was The Artist Way. Let me know if you divas have tried this before, if you've even heard of it. I would love to hear your thoughts, and if you're inspired to try this because of what I've said, or Doechii, any other celebrity, whoever has tried this, please let me know. I love hearing people's thoughts on this and what it's done for them, because it's such a personal, intimate journey. Let me know, and I will see you divas next Thursday as always, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye divas!